Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Liebherr GNP1066 freezer. Now if you are in the market for a premium freezer, a top of the range sort of very energy efficient freezer, then hopefully this is the one to look at. But what I want to do today is to go through some of the features and benefits and just really see whether it's worth the money. So let's have a look. So the first thing to mention are the dimensions on this model. And first of all, we've got the width, which is 602 millimeters. The height is 851, and then the depth is 628 millimeters. So what you'll find, apart from the depth, but the width and the height seem a little bit wider and a little bit higher than a standard size model. It's only by a couple of millimeters, but really the first thing to do is just to check to make sure that that will actually fit in the space. There's nothing worse than buying a product, any product, and it doesn't fit in. So I'll show you inside the freezer, and as you can see, you've got a handle on the left hand side here. And all you do when you open it, you've actually got 3 drawers in here. And I do like it that they're all drawers. There's nothing worse than having the flaps on the front. I'm not really a big fan of those. But these are actually very substantial drawers, and you have got handles on the side. So if you want to take the drawer out, then it's nice and easy to carry, especially when it's full of food. But what I want to do was just to measure the space in here, just to give you an idea of the actual width and the depth of each drawer. So you've got 43 centimeters wide, and then about 32 centimeters on the depth. That's the same for the top 2 drawers, and then the bottom drawer, as in most freezers, is slightly shallower, so it's the same width, but the depth on this you're looking at around 22 centimeters. Just a little bit about the technology on this. This freezer has something called Frost safe. Basically what that means is that Liebherr have designed this so that you've got very tall drawers at the front, and the main advantage of that is that when you open the door, then it actually stops a lot of the cold air rushing out. Because what you'll find on quite a few of the other brands, where you've got shorter drawers and there's a bit more space around the front drawer opening, that when you first open the door you can lose a lot of the temperature in the freezer. So the next feature to mention is something called vario space, and basically what that means, if I take the top drawer out, just put that to the side, what you can see is you've actually got a glass shelf in between the 2 drawers. And that's really an excellent feature. And what that means is that first of all you've got the option to take the shelf out, put that to one side, and the classic time that you would need to use this is probably around Christmas. So if you've ordered a huge turkey and if you want to freeze it, then you've got the flexibility to take the top drawer out, take the glass shelf out, and then it gives you the space inside here. And then you have got the same at the bottom, so if you just take that out, then you've got the same glass shelf at the bottom there. So it's just nice having the flexibility to take the drawers out and use the big capacity in the drawers to their full extent. And then to put those back in, that just slides back in, and then you're ready to go. It's quite rare to find an under-counter fridge or freezer with a display on the front, but clearly being a premium item in the Liebherr range, they've decided to put a display on the front, which is a really good idea. So you've got the on and off button on the left, so when you press that, that will display the temperature on the front. And you've got the up and down, so what this will do is that will take it from -14, and you can actually go down to -28, which again is a lot lower than most other freezers. So what this will do is that will go down to that temperature, but clearly it's just getting down to that temperature at the moment. And you have got a door alarm as well. So if you open the door, that's just on the right hand side there, so you can turn it on or off. So if the door itself is left open for more than 60 seconds, then there's an audible alarm. But what you can do is you can actually turn it off, because what you'll find is if you're loading the freezer, then you don't necessarily want the alarm to be going off all the time. The other thing to mention is something called Super Frost, and what that will do is that will actually reduce the temperature down to -32, so it's a very low temperature, and that's really a good option. So if you've just been shopping, bought a lot of frozen food and you want it to get down to temperature very quickly, then you can enable that option. Or even if you've had fresh items that you want to freeze very quickly, then just enable that. That will be on for a maximum of around 65 hours, and then it will just turn off automatically and just go back to the normal temperature. I've left the door open on purpose just to show you the door alarm, so hopefully you can hear that. So it's quite a good alarm, and especially if I find it quite useful at home. We've got a similar model where it will actually beep at me. So when the kids have been to the freezer to go and get an ice cream, left the door slightly open, then it tells me as well. So very useful feature. So something else you can do is to actually reverse the door. So if you wanted the handle on the other side and for it to be able to open with the hinges on the left, then you can do that. I won't dwell too much on that because I'm going to do a separate video to show you how to reverse the hinges on an appliance, and I'll just post the link just here. But one other thing to mention is the energy rating on it. So clearly a major feature about this one is that it is very energy efficient. This is the energy label. So what you'll find, so this is an A++ energy rating. That's actually very good for a frost-free freezer. You will find that quite a few other frost-free under-counter appliances are not really in the same league as this, but clearly for the price that you're paying for it, then you would expect something to be very impressive. So as I mentioned, A++ energy rating, 150 kilowatt hours, so again very good. Just before I carry on, a couple of advantages of having an energy efficient freezer. The first one is it will save you money. The second advantage that not many people tend to think about is that if you have a power cut, then what it will do is it will actually keep your food frozen for a lot longer. Because the walls are better insulated than on quite a few other models, then by going for something that's a little bit better and that has a better energy rating, then you'll find that if you do have a power cut, which in the UK we have them rarely, but what you can find is if you have a power cut and if it was say for 3 or 4 hours, then in a normal freezer then you can lose a lot of your food, whereas in a freezer like this then you should be okay. And then at the bottom of the energy label it shows you the noise level, so it's 40 decibels, so it's very quiet, and 91 litres, that's the capacity in the freezer. So again, if you are comparing a frost-free freezer around this size, then 91 litres is actually very good. A couple of accessories that this model comes with. You've got these. Now Liebherr call them cold storage accumulators, and I must say it's a very posh name for ice packs, but it does come with 2 of these, and what they're claiming in their description is that if you do get a power cut, then it will actually enable the appliance to stay colder. So I get that, but I must say cold storage accumulator, I'm really impressed with the name on those. I hope you've enjoyed this quick video on the Liebherr GNP1066 freezer. Please give us a thumbs up, click subscribe on a YouTube video, leave any comments below. I'd always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video. If you've got any questions about this model, then leave it in the comments. Or even if you've got one of these, then let me know what you think about it. Thanks for watching.